After the rent was due on Monday. By Sunday night, James had counted the money 3 times, hoping it would somehow increase if he stared at it long enough. It didn't. The notes lay flat on the small wooden tablecom, unforgiving and short by exactly 2 months' balance. He folded them back into an envelope he already knew was too light. Outside, the compound was unusually quiet. Children, who normally played until dark, had been called inside. Even the generator noise from next door had stopped, as if the whole building knew what Monday meant. James sat on the edge of the bed, elbows on his knees, staring at the cracked wall. He remembered when the room first felt like a dream fresh paint. New lock, freedom. Now it felt smaller, like the walls were closing in. The landlord, Mr. Aid, didn't shout. That was the part that made it worse. On Monday morning, James heard the knock, 3 gentle taps. "James," Mr. Aid called calmly. "Are you around?" James opened the door slowly. Mr. Aid stood there in his usual neat shirt, rent ledger under his arm. "Good morning, sir," James said, forcing respect into his voice. "Good morning." "I came to remind you," Mr. Aid said softly. "The rent was due today." James nodded. "Yes, sir. I know." There was a pause. The kind that says everything without words. "I'm still trying, sir," James added quickly. "I just need a little more time." Mr. Aid looked at him for a long moment. "How much time?" James swallowed. 2 weeks. Mr. Aid exhaled slowly. "James, you said that last month." "I know," James replied, eyes on the floor. "But this time, something will come through." The landlord nodded once. "I'll come back in 7 days." And just like that, he left. After the rent was due, time moved differently. James stopped sleeping properly. Every sound at night felt like eviction knocking early. He stopped buying bread in the mornings, convincing himself he wasn't hungry. He walked instead of taking buses, saving coins like they were gold. Each day he searched for work with desperation he tried to hide. He carried his CV in a worn folder, visiting offices that had already said no. He made calls that went unanswered, sent messages that were read but ignored. On Thursday, his phone rang. "Hello," he answered quickly. "Is this James?" a voice asked. "Yes," he said, already standing up. "We'll call you back," the voice said. The line went dead. He sat back down, staring at the phone like it had betrayed him. By Saturday, the envelope with the rent money had been replaced by something heavy as shame. He avoided neighbors. He stopped greeting people properly. He didn't want anyone asking how far. That night, hunger hit hard. He drank water and slept early to escape the feeling. Sunday morning came quietly. James knelt beside his bed. He hadn't prayed in a while. Not because he stopped believing, but because he didn't know what to say anymore. "God," he whispered, "I'm tired." He didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for miracles. He just asked not to be embarrassed. That afternoon, a message came in. Unknown number. "Can you start work tomorrow?" His hands shook as he typed back, "Yes, please." The reply came almost immediately. Come by 8 a.m. Monday morning arrived again. James was already awake by 5. He dressed neatly, choosing his best shirt, the one he saved for important days. He left the room early, heart racing with hope and fear fighting for space. By noon, he had finished his first shift. It wasn't a big job, just assisting, lifting, running errands. But when they handed him an envelope at the end of the day, his chest tightened. Inside was cash. Not everything he needed, but enough to breathe. He rushed home and counted it twice. Then he added what little he had saved. It still wasn't complete, but it was close. That evening, there was another knock. 3 gentle taps. Mr. Aid, James opened the door and extended the envelope with both hands. "Sir, this is not everything," he said quickly, "but please take this first. I will complete it soon." Mr. Aid looked inside the envelope, then at James. "You went out early today," he said. "Yes, sir." Mr. Aid nodded. "I'll give you 2 more weeks." James's shoulders dropped in relief. "Thank you, sir," after the door closed. James sat on the floor and laughed quietly to himself, not because everything was fixed, but because he had survived another due date. After the rent was due, James learned something important, that life doesn't always rescue you before the deadline. Sometimes it rescues you after, when you've already tasted fear, humility, and endurance. And sometimes that's how strength is built, the positive plug.